Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Trials of Imagination, episode 17. We are back, and we are ready to play some more Dungeons and Dragons. For those of you who are new here, as I said, our group is called Trials of Imagination. We are a group of friends that like to play Dungeons and Dragons, and this is our second campaign. We are going through the module known as Curse of Strahd. It is a wonderful, fun module. It is very dark, very foreboding at times, but fear not if you have played it, or even if you haven't. We are doing a little bit of a homebrew version, so it's not strictly by the book. So if you have read it, it will still be surprises in store, and if you haven't read it, then, obviously there will be surprises in store. Either way, stick around, and we will try our best to entertain as much as we can. If this is your first time here, you might notice as the stream gets going that we do not really interact with chat vocally and or verbally. This is normal. This has nothing to do with you or your comment or anything out of the ordinary. We are on a very limited time crunch on these episodes where we have roughly 2 hours to try and get as much content in as possible. So as such, we try to stick very closely to just the gameplay and the roleplay side of things during that time slot so that we can do justice to the story and everything that the players have crafted and the world that we're kind of, interacting with, and not to veer too much from that. So fret not, we do see your comments. We will try to interact as much as we can in the comments as well, because a lot of the players do stick around and interact in Twitch comments itself, so you can find some interaction there. And at the end of the stream, we will try to have a little section to where we do like a post-stream chat to where we do get to interact with you guys. So if that is the type of thing that you like and are interested in, just make sure to stick around to the very end, and we have a section specifically designed for you. Also note that this video goes up to YouTube every Friday. We're on Twitch right now, which is Tuesday. You'll have the Twitch VOD to watch between then if you missed the live stream, but once Friday gets there, we do upload this to YouTube so that it can be there permanently, as opposed to the Twitch VOD, which disappears after a certain amount of time. So that is another reason why we try to also make it very concise and clear of what we're doing, as opposed to constantly interacting with chat, which YouTube will not be able to see. So that's just a couple of things there. We do have a few announcements, not a whole lot, but it's episode 17. We are slowly but surely approaching episode 20, little by little, piece by piece. And you know what that means? Giveaway. So if you are new here, if you're not new here, if you've been here, whatever it is, however you got here, if you do exclamation point giveaway in the chat, there is some descriptions and a link there for how you can participate in that. It is simple. It is a raffle. You enter it by spending points. The way you get points is literally by watching the stream, and that is it. If you are a subscriber, you get double points. If you're not, then you just get standard amount of points. That is like a multiplier based on how long you watch while the audio is also on. So do note, if you're one of those lurkers that haven't muted, I do believe it doesn't give points at times. It's kind of finicky, so just be careful with that if you are trying to accrue points. Simply put, whenever you have points, you can do exclamation point giveaway. You can go to that link and you can spend those points to purchase a raffle ticket. That raffle ticket puts your name in a pot as many times as you do it. There's no limit. You can do it as many times as you want. Each time you do it, just like a raffle, gives you more and more chances to win the giveaway. And we are doing several on episode 20, not to mention free giveaway. We're going to do a dice tray giveaway for one of the demo models that I made. And we actually have some more stuff that we're going to give away that we haven't even announced yet, but we'll probably save that for episode 20. So this is going to be a fun time. So make sure you enter as much as you can, because it's not just a one-person giveaway. We're going to do a couple of things. That way we can get as much involvement as possible. And duly note that it does not have to be during a stream in order to spend those points. If you are busy during this stream and you're hearing this on YouTube, or you're hearing this now and just are kind of like lurking and can't do it, you can pull up the stream offline whenever you want and do exclamation point giveaway in the chat, and it still works. So the stream does not have to be live in order for this to interact. You can do this offline just as easy as you can online. Nice and simple, nothing too crazy about it. That is all the announcements I can think of. Sorry, that was trying to crunch a lot into a short amount of time. SJ, is there anything that I missed, or does that sound right?
That all sounds right to me.
Okay. So, again, we are the group Trials of Imagination. If this is your first time here, we have a little cinematic intro video that we will go ahead and segue to. And if you are here, well, sit back and enjoy it nonetheless as we jump into episode 17 of Trials of Imagination. And here we are, back in the saddle, everyone together again. All 6 of us are back. Everybody welcome Bex back from her vacation. Hopefully she had a wonderful time. 2 weeks away. Had some fun time visiting some spoopy territory. If you are in our Discord or have contact with her anywhere else, ask for pictures because she apparently has some, so we can make sure to badger her so that we can experience all the fun that she had while she was away. So, last week on Trials of Imagination, our adventurers continued on with the battle in front of the mansion. This time, instead of werewolves encountering the large, ominous, shadow-like creature from the edges of the forest that they had escaped from when approaching the mansion the first time. And this time, they met it head on. Much to their surprise, instead of it greeting them with noises like a creature, it greeted them with a voice and actually said something to them, which was a little weird and a little creepy. Nonetheless, they stood their ground and faced danger head on and just went at this thing, and for the most part, did a pretty balling job, all things considered. Everybody did really good. A lot of people had really good contributions that they made, and the whole episode was predominantly combat. Not a whole lot other than that. There was a little, dialogue exchange here and there, but nothing I could really do service to just doing a recap. So if you did by chance miss that episode, just make sure to go back and catch up on it sometime on the YouTube channel, because it is there permanently for you to watch whenever you would like. But what did happen is our adventurers met the creature head on. They fought valiantly and took the thing down. And not only did it go down physically, but it turned into dust. Like the creature kind of like just turned into like this dust or ash type material instead of just being there and decaying shortly, which is kind of the last thing that really occurred, other than right as the adventurers were getting ready to go back inside the house, they did hear a ominous voice in the air that was Strahd telling them good job, basically, and said to the effect that he will be having his eyes on them, having seen what they just did. And that is where we picked off last episode, but more importantly, where we pick up this episode. So, for right now, all of you guys are still outside. You've just vanquished the monster. You just heard ominous voice in the air. Obviously, Strahd, you do recognize the voice, giving you a congratulations of some sort, and then giving the ominous message of he will be watching you. So, what do you do?
Where are you?
What?
Then R just yells out, "Where are you?" to Strahd.
I think he's gone, mate. I don't think he stuck around.
Ismark, I got a bone to pick with you. if those werewolves have an advantage in speed, then going inside and forcing them into a bottleneck would have been a great strategy because they cannot utilize that advantage of speed if they're stuck in a hallway.
Okay, you're gonna see Ismark kind of do this face. He's gonna turn back to face Zhao and Millard. Does he always do this after a successful battle?
Oh yeah. He likes to learn. Like he's wise. So he's always coming up with most of our battle plans.
Although in
Another-
principle, yes, you would be correct, I suppose, in a logical standpoint. But we've dealt with these creatures many times, and although the battle was ours today, I fear for what happened here was simply just to test all of you. It was not any notion of these creatures. I think these were sent here for a purpose, because I've never seen them attack in such small numbers. Mostly why we oftentimes would not dare try to corner ourselves in building, because they come from above, they come from below, they come from every direction in endless number, and bottleneck only serves to delay inevitable. You know, it can work, but not always.
There could have been more outside, right?
Oh, I don't think there could have been. I think there were.
Mark, I think he was trying to say is, if we were in the house, we would have been the ones who were bottlenecked. If they're that strong, they could have crushed doors, walls,
Well,
completely
that's another
demolished the house
thing.
on top
I've
of
got the
us.
spell grease. What I was planning on doing was shutting the door, putting grease on the entrance, and then shutting the door. You can't break through a door if you have no friction.
No, but they can just break through the walls.
Well, in fairness, we do not know. You know, this was how event went down. We may not ever know if, in fairness to Mark's plan, it may have worked, but also in fairness, it may have not. So it's hard to be careful not to look in hindsight and think that something might have gone better one way or another, especially when you guys you did so well in this setting. I don't think you need to sell yourself short. I think what you guys did out here was pretty good, all things considered. I've also never really had werewolf encounter where at least one casualty did not happen. So if I don't really have any frame of reference for a better encounter than what you just had.
Is my axe still on fire?
No, all the black flame has ceased.
Okay.
Anyway, I think we should get back to our original plan, right, mates? We go to the mountain to find the wizard fella.
Well, hold on about that.
No, I'm
he right
pretty
there?
sure.
No,
Oh,
our
he
original
points to
plan
Mark.
was to rest here and not go outside. And
I
know.
don't remember that part.
you don't remember the part where we were going to rest here all night and not go out in the dark?
Well, it's not that night anymore.
It's morning, right?
Yeah, it's dawn at the moment.
As a reminder, Ayla has already left to walk back toward the house. So at this point, she's probably gone inside the house.
Okay.
So I think we should grab everybody, start making our journey. After all, it's first light, and we can forget about this whole thing.
I agree with Elbereth. We should rest here because, well, will it be a full moon tomorrow? Tomorrow night?
Ismark's just going to kind of perk his head and it's like, I don't know. Does it matter?
Yeah. Werewolves spread lycanthropy by biting.
And what does this have to do with full moon?
That's why he's the smart one. He knows the big words.
Okay. Well, I got bit. Ayla, did you? Oh, Ayla's gone. Zael, did you get bit?
I did not.
Nadar just starts poking at where his werewolf wounds used to be. Just
So, if it's a full moon tomorrow night, then both me and Nadar could end up becoming werewolves.
I'm
Ismark
too strong for that.
Ismark is still
Werewolf
looking.
stupid.
Ismark is still going to be looking kind of confused. Like I do not understand why do you tie a connection between the werewolf transformation and full moon?
Well, because when it's a full moon, then humans become werewolves.
That's just an old superstition, Mark.
No, it's not.
You know me, I'm pretty superstitious about a lot of things. But I mean, the moon, it's just a story. We don't know really what activates the lycanthropy bite.
I do. You may not, but I do.
How many other werewolves have we encountered? I mean, we've read about them. I mean, you've read about them. But, like, how many have we actually fought before this? And this is a totally different land.
I've experienced werewolves before.
All the same, this is puzzling, but I think I may have notion of the confusion, perhaps, but perhaps it is where you all are from. This is the mechanic for how the beasts turn, but here, and I suppose this might be unsettling news because it would be a lot more convenient if they could only turn at full moon, but moon is not required for werewolf transformation here.
Really? What?
Duh.
See, Mark, totally different.
I believe you may have closely encountered some form of evidence of what can cause this to happen. Perhaps not. I don't know exactly what you experienced when you had the interaction with one of the seven, specifically Samael, but he is, according to certain people, is known for carrying an artifact, a very ancient artifact.
Okay.
What's an artifact?
It's a thing. It's just another word for thing, Nadar.
It's a
Can we get the
magical,
thing?
important thing.
We don't
I
own it.
want-
We can't. We
I
I
can't.
know.
want the thing, though.
No, my
So
friend,
what-
you do not want this thing.
Yes, I do.
What is this artifact?
What's it do?
Hmm. Well, according to stories and what little bit of literature I have able to find on the subject, it is very, very ancient. Totem or talisman of sorts, if you will, that is some form of curse that even by simply, according to legend, even by touching it, you will be afflicted with the curse of lycanthropy, and specifically will be under the control of the head, the beast.
See,
The
Nadar,
head
we don't
beast.
want nothing to do with any curses. Or anything that has curses. We remember this. We've dealt with
Wait,
curses before, and we won't deal with curses again.
Curse is the good thing or the bad thing?
It's the bad thing, Nadar. It's always
Is that
the
a
bad
good
thing. It's always been the
I
bad
thought-
thing.
I
Like
thought
every
blessing-
time.
Yeah.
The last
Christmas are
time, remember, I took that glove because I thought it was really cool, but it was cursed, and I almost lost my hand.
No.
You almost had to chop it off with your axe.
I did.
No, you didn't chop it off with your axe, but you almost had to. If Mark
So then
didn't
how do you have
find,
two heads?
if Mark didn't find a way to get it off my hand, you would have had to chop it off, or I would have died. And I'm really happy I'm
What?
not dead. But curses are bad, and they're always bad. And anything having to do with curses is always bad.
Yeah.
This
So if we
is
can-
fair
But then
point.
what are the good things? I thought curses were the good things, so
No, they're not good.
You know, he seems more out of it than usual. Maybe you should get him inside and get him something to drink.
We've got a long night tomorrow night. We should get.
We've
well,
got
we
a
should-
long day today, Mark.
We we should get rest before tonight.
Well, I do believe. Okay, so several conversations happening at once. Yes, curses are bad. I think that should be a given. But I think you should listen to your rogue friend here. That would probably be wise information to live by. And perhaps rest, or at least tending to your wounds inside, would not be worst of ideas. Although would maybe slightly more attractive during daytime, it is still by no means overly safe to just linger out here. So perhaps at least inside where we can semi hear things if they come.
Mm-hmm.
I walk towards the house.
Nadar follows, but he has like a puzzled look on his face, and he's like scratching his head as they go.
Don't worry, Nadar. We'll get it all figured out when we get you a drink. It all makes sense then.
Well.
You see,
Oh, did
uh,
Ayla leave my sword, or did she take it with her?
I left it.
Okay, did I notice that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go get my sword then.
all right. And I'll say is anyone who's still left on the field can notice that Irina is kind of looking at the pile of ash and just kind of fiddling with it with her sword, just investigating it. But then
Nadar's gonna wander over. What you doing? You want to beat up the dust or something?
no, investigating.
Nadar starts beating into the dust with his axe. Like this?
All right.
Nadar, I think I heard Ayla pouring ale inside.
I don't even know what check to make you roll for this.
Nadar's not looking for anything. He's just beating up the dust.
Yep.
That's what worries us.
Good gosh. Just roll. Okay, screw any sort of age. Just roll a d20 with disadvantage.
Well, good thing I have how many? 5 of them in this dice box, dice
Yep.
tray. 6
Yep.
of them.
Okay.
Mistakes were made.
3.
Mistakes were made.
All right, you just plow into the
And no
pile
gag.
of ash with an axe over and over. And if you've never experienced what happens when you do such a thing, a cloud of dust just right all over both you and Irina.
Sorry, I didn't think that would happen.
You just suddenly just feel a fist just go whack, just
Ow!
on top of your head. And you're
Ow!
Ugh. She's kind of just looking at and just walks back, doesn't say anything else. So she's walking back to the house now.
Now it goes back to being like confused as to like what he did wrong other than blow up the pile of ash.
Oh. Alright. So Ismark and Irina make their way inside. Does anyone else stay outside, or is everyone kind of moving that way?
After I get my sword, I make my start going inside.
Okay.
Oh no, can I investigate the
Yeah.
what's left of the ash?
You most certainly can.
Oh, I was almost gonna click on that thing, but you guys bullied me into this.
Yeah.
See, that doesn't
Yeah.
help. That doesn't help.
It will help.
Four.
It will help.
Oh man,
Ooh.
dice just don't like you.
We'll just have
Next
two
time,
bit
roll.
roll.
I'm gonna
Roll
roll on the
for you.
sheet and see what it says. Oh, just the one on this.
See.
D&D Beyond is
It
3.
helped. It helped.
See, it was one better. That's improvement. Little by little, we'll get there.
Just gotta
Okay.
get the bad juju out of it.
Yeah, and she has +0 in investigation. So okay.
It's just the infection.
So it's, I mean, you don't notice much other than some dents where Nadar has plowed through it with his axe, but it's, you know, by and large just a pile of ash. Anybody else?
I'm in the house at this point, just being confused.
And then Zyle, what are you doing?
Going back inside for sure.
Mhm.
So everybody avoids the ash pile. Got it.
Oh no.
I just want to say my investigation is a -1. So I wouldn't be much help anyway.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton.
Mine is also -1, so
Fair. All right. So everybody makes their way back inside the house.
I could have investigated the ash, but I don't think it would be very interesting. So
Mhm. You would have been right next to it because that's where I dropped the sword.
yeah, I moved over to it.
You weren't intrigued by how that thing died at all?
It's
It's
too late.
ash.
It's too late
I
now.
know. Okay.
Does this happen often, Ismark? The ash?
We have never defeated that creature before, so I have no frame of reference there. So I've
Yeah,
never.
I mean,
Obviously not that one, but like with other creatures. So you haven't seen this before.
Not from something like this. I've seen before if on rare occasion when adventurers have some form of spell with strong, almost radiant light, that they can sometimes cause some creatures to turn into a dust or ash, but that's usually via some form of spell of sorts. I've never seen it just happen just after death.
wait, Ismark, mate. Are you saying you've never seen any adventure defeat one of those before?
That specific creature, no.
Or like any type of that creature?
You are not the first to defeat werewolves or even vampires or werebats or the various creatures of the night. But you are the
that big one. That big one we took down. The known werewolf.
the gangler creature.
Yeah.
No, I have not seen anyone take one down like this.
All right, we're pretty good then. We're pretty hot stuff, you could say. And nudge him a little bit with my elbow.
Is hot stuff saying from where you are from?
Oh yeah, hot's good. Like hot food's good. A warm bed is good. Like anything that's hot stuff is good.
Fair enough. Well, inside I have we have hot stuff shelter that you can go partake
No,
in.
it's just the same, mate.
Oh.
It's just a trick of words.
Oh, okay. I don't quite get it yet. I'll figure it out. Don't worry.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, Millard, would you
Yeah.
like to use my short sword? It's magical. It's fire enchanted.
I look at it. No, not right now, Mark.
What do you mean?
I trust my own steel. I trust my rapier. I've used it plenty of times, and I
Okay.
don't plan in being that close next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if we ever fight something to non-magical weapons, what are you gonna do?
We'll take care of it. I'm sure we got a good group here. We're a good crew.
Why don't you just carry it just in case?
I don't think I need to. I don't. I'm sure Mark will hold it. He'll keep it. Where'd you even get that thing, Mark?
I got it from when my friend went from my family when my family was kidnapped. One of the Ifriti left it behind.
And if Free left that thing, well, I wouldn't touch it for the world then. Those things are evil, they are.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't need to tell you, you know that better than anybody, but they're demonic, you know. There's nothing good about them.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, best you hold on to it though.
Why? I'm not very good with swords.
Nah, but if it's from the Ifriti that took your family, might have a way of tracking them through it. Find some sort of spell or something. I don't know much about that. I mean, you would know more about that, but I've just heard things like that. Ifriti have strong connections to an object, might be able to hold on to them.
I've learned what I can from this sword. It doesn't seem to do that sort of thing.
I'd hold on to it nonetheless.
Perhaps I could be of service. If
Unless you want,
if I may.
All right.
The Ismark is just seeing if you'll hand him the sword.
Sure. I'll hand it to him.
Okay. He's gonna kind of hold it with one hand, hold another hand above it, just kind of close his eyes as he runs his hand back and forth, and you see just kind of like a, not quite to the extent of the black flame that you guys saw in the last episode, but just some form of like energy just kind of flow over it as he's clearly using some form of magical detection with it.
it's black, right? Like some sort of dark.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay.
And then, like mid through him doing this, you see him like wince in pain and actually drop the sword. Just that hurt.
What happened?
Told you.
It was hot.
Yeah, I told you it's fire enchanted.
No, not because of that. I don't know if this is good or bad news. This came from, and the creature that had essence left on this weapon was from the plane of fire.
Yeah. You know about the plane of fire?
Well, in stories and with little research, obviously I've never left Barovia, so I don't have, experience with plane of fire, but I have what I think is understanding of how some of the various planes work.
Nadar goes and grabs the sword from the ground.
Yep.
Oh, Nadar, I wouldn't touch that.
He touched it. He touched it.
Yep.
I'm gonna touch it.
Okay.
It's it's actually fine for you. So you I don't know if Nadar's expecting it to burn or what, but you pick it up and it's a normal sword.
Starts poking at it.
Nadar, remember how we
That
talked about
would be
cursed
good.
things being bad?
It's not cursed.
Right, it's totally not cursed.
I already identified it.
All right.
I
I forgot.
did not detect any form of curse on the weapon. It does not mean one's not there, in fairness to your friend's comment, but I did not detect one at the moment. But some curses are tricky. It might be wise to take your friend's comment to heart that some curses can be very well hidden and choose to hide themselves for an extended period of times before they actually manifest.
I've decided. I don't believe in curses. They aren't real.
Ismar just kind of look at you with a raised eyebrow. How do you function?
How do you
Alcohol.
live? How do you
Alcohol.
survive?
A
I
lot
throw-
of alcohol.
I
Ale.
throw a bottle at him as he
Nadar
says
doesn't,
that.
Nadar doesn't even stop it or try and dodge anything.
Okay,
Hits him
just
square in the chest.
Just whack.
It's not
I
like
thought-
hard, it's just like pump.
I would have thought he then grabs the bottle with the other hand. Is it empty?
No, it's full.
He pops it open, downs the whole thing, and smashes the bottle on his head. See?
I've met many strange people and creatures over years. Your friend is strange.
Oh, he'll take that as a compliment.
I often don't particularly know what to do at some of his actions.
Nadar then bows. Hello,
Uh,
my name is Nadar Magmashield. How are you?
To be honest, my friend, half the time I'm pretty sure we don't know what to do with him either. But he's mighty handy in a fight.
Hmm.
Where's the fight? Nadar's just turned on selective hearing mode.
Fair enough. So you're saying your friend is hot stuff. Yes.
In a fight, yeah, he's hot stuff.
Got it. So before happy to continue conversation. Who here is hurt and in need of aid? I know that there's a bit of a long
Nadar
fight.
puts the hand that was holding the bottle up in the air, like, the thing still hurt.
Anyone else?
I don't know. Too bad it might. Did Elbreth get hit?
I don't think Elbreth
She-
even got attacked.
She did not.
You
She's-
might,
Go
you
ahead.
might
Mo.
want to look at our friend Mark. He might cry and babble about it, but he probably could use a little bit of tidying up.
Okay.
No, I'm not very hurt.
See, that's all I'm saying.
I'm not very hurt. I'm fine.
It doesn't have to be
We've
very.
got a
I
long
was-
day and long night ahead of us. Just let him heal you.
We're gonna have to get moving, Mark. We don't have time to lie about all day.
Well, you might not want to lie around all day, but I'm sort of looking at doing that.
Well,
Fair enough.
I mean, it's not like we don't have lots of practice with Nadar. Should we just grapple and restrain Mark while Ismark heals him?
I don't want to heal someone against their will.
Don't worry, it's not like you put up much of a fight.
I'm not gonna put up a fight.
Is this common procedure from where you are from?
If he gets the job done, right, Zio?
Just do what you gotta do.
Nadar's already moving over to Mark and gets behind him and just bear hugs him from behind.
I'm not fighting.
Which is funny, just because it's a dwarf. So, like, at best, you're holding his torso.
Yes. Yeah, but like, he's got his arms. You'll be fine, Ismark. Just take care of him.
Okay. This is odd.
Anyway.
Nadar proceeds to lift up.
Here?
Zio, Elbereth. Ayla, can we talk about what we've decided to do?
Ayla's in her room.
Should we get Ayla and decide what we're supposed to do?
Probably so.
Yeah.
The three of us are gonna walk up to Ayla's room while you attend
Got it.
to Mark. We'll see you later.
Well,
I'm sure it'll be fine. He's had his alcohol, and Mark won't cause any trouble.
I don't know at this point what to believe that or not, but I will accept it for time being, as I don't see other option.
Just hold it
Perfect.
against us if it doesn't turn out well.
If things go wrong, I will make bird noises. I don't something.
Most excellent. Wink.
Whatever
Okay.
suits your fancy.
Okay.
Walks upstairs.
Yeah. So we'll follow that group as they
Knock,
go.
knock on Ayla's door.
Okay. So
Ayla, are you in there? Are you meditating? Are you asleep? Or both?
Well, I was meditating, but since you decided to knock so loudly, I go and open the door.
Sure.
What?
Well, the other two are getting taken care of downstairs. Did we ever have a concise agreement on what we were going to do this morning?
We were going to help our new friends take the body to the church to bury their father properly.
Alright. I totally forgot because I didn't agree to that.
Yes. Is that all?
I turn to Zyle and just look at him. Is that everything? Oh, I'm a little foggy.
Plans are going to be a little more difficult now, though. Dawn, this is our window of opportunity, but I'm a bit spent. I don't know about the rest.
Yes. I got hit a couple of times in that fight pretty hard. Really got the wind knocked out on me. That's why that's one of the reasons why I came up here to have some space and rest.
Can I ask, were any of you ever freaked out by Ismark's black magic?
Sure. It was not expected, but I mean, being here in Barovia, there's nothing that I necessarily expect. So, it was in the realm of possibilities that he did have abilities.
I don't mean just that it's magic, but it's like black magic.
Was it black magic or was the magic just black?
Your weapons, like as for me, your weapon hat was more effective against the
That-
dark creature, right?
Right. So then, given that, wouldn't it be more likely that it was light magic? Because it doesn't light hurt dark, da?
Turn to Elbreth. Did that look anything like light magic to you?
Well, I mean, it's a different color than my magic or Zyle's or Mark's, but I don't really know enough to say that if it's black, it's necessarily evil.
Elbert, throw a history check.
Maybe
Everybody?
I do.
Nice.
Elbreth specifically.
Oh, okay.
Low numbers. 7.
Now roll it in D&D Beyond and see what happens.
If it's is it a 6? No, it's a 1.
One!
See, it's way better.
See, it's exponentially better physically. All right.
The evidence
Well.
is all there. 2 out of 2.
Well, okay. Elbreth does not recall what, when, or where she saw it, but she does remember seeing this before. And it was in an instance where, at least the time that she's semi-remembering, it was outside the realm of dark magic. So it didn't like just pertain to dark magic.
You said it was outside the realm of, so like it was not dark magic?
When you saw it, right?
Okay.
It just much like you just described. It was kind of just like your abilities, but a different color. But you don't remember when or where. Like you kind of is foggy.
All right.
Anyways,
I say all
it's
that.
Barovia. Everything is probably distorted.
Fine. So, we're gonna prepare to help this guy take his dead father or whatever to some churchyard. Nothing spooky
Whatever.
about that.
Wait, there's 2 of them. You really expect them to be able to move the body safely?
I would just bury him in the backyard.
Yes, but he wanted to be buried near his wife.
Well, he's dead, so he don't get a choice now, does he?
What? You don't respect last wishes?
I look a little bit, like, ashamed. Not everybody has the benefit of getting to make last wishes. So no, not necessarily. I don't respect last wishes.
Well, yes, not everyone gets to make them, so shouldn't we at least honor the ones who do? Anyways, if we are going to get anywhere, I need to get some rest before we leave.
Fine. I walk away. Back downstairs.
I look at Zyle and Albrecht. Is there anything else? I know I walked away pretty quick. It's just some frustrating things in there.
I suppose that's it. Just need to try and maybe get a short rest and a little breather, get our strength back up.
Yeah,
I'm not
maybe
going to
some
be able to
food.
provide a lot of support, though.
No worries. I should not take long and meditate and hopefully get some of my health back. Maybe some food will help. I'll be down in a few.
All right. Let us know if you need anything.
I shut the door and go back to the middle of the room where I continue to meditate.
Okay. So we'll follow Zal, Elberth, and Millard as they make their way back. Millard a little bit ahead, so Zal and Elberth are next to each other. Millard a little bit ahead as you guys make your way back to the rest of the group.
I'm gonna go sit in the foyer while we wait for everybody to kind of rest up.
Okay.
I'm just gonna sit down and get the raven's foot necklace I'm gonna be kind of toying with.
Okay. So that is Zal and Elberth.
Zal's just gonna sit in one of these. Oh, I can't move the token. One of these chairs here.
Okay, so you're just gonna get back to the group, just kind of sit in the chair. I can fix that for you. See, Zal. Fixed. Don't know why it removed those in the first place, but should be able to control it now.
Yeah, I got it.
I can't move my character.
Yeah, working on it.
Do you need to?
No,
I'm just
The fair
I'm
question.
just gonna make sure everyone look around to make sure that everyone's accounted for and seems okay, and then sit down.
Is Mark still being held by Nadar?
I think the healing would have taken place while you guys were upstairs.
So,
Doesn't mean he doesn't want to stop hugging you.
right. Maybe he just wants to hug. So, yes. So, Nadar has not only let go, but has passed out in the chair next to you. And you are capped off. So, you're full health again.
Okay, do you want to know how much you healed?
By what I know, 3.
3.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have, the way I said it, I would have imagined Nadar just like lets him go, and just basically falls on the ground asleep.
Okay.
I already used telekinetic shove to put you in the chair.
All right. You good.
I'm going to sleep.
So you're going up to your room?
Yeah.
Okay. In the middle of the day. Glorious.
The beginning of the day.
Yeah, beginning of the day.
Nadar got real
a
angry,
day.
and his body is like, no thank you, no more. Just sleep.
All right. Ismark is kind of just gonna. Did you? I don't want it to go to the head to give you inflated ego or anything, but you're a good group of people. Not only in spirit, but good fighters. As I've said, it is unfortunate that this is true, but we've yet to have encounter with beast of any kind where there's not at least one casualty that comes out of it.
I don't mean to sound like I'm bragging, but this is not anything for us. I mean, what you're seeing, how you're seeing us fight, like we're doing our best right now, and it feels like we're so underpowered. We are normally capable of even more, but ever since we got here, we haven't. We've all felt more tired and weaker.
is consistent with what most adventurers describe when arriving here. And I wish I could help more. I don't know cause or fix for this. The only thing I know, most adventurers, with time, they did grow more to be like their former selves. So perhaps it is a matter of time, as opposed to some form of magic or ability. I don't know. Truth be told, I don't really begin to comprehend what could be causing this to happen to all of you.
Like we've gone back in time in a sense. Just like the other weird time stuff in the house.
That would be most intriguing, to be able to travel in time, as you say. I do not know if such a thing truly exists, but I have heard of these very odd distortions of time being relative to certain properties and circumstances. But your dwarf friend here that is unconscious at the moment looks worse for the wear. I can either heal them or just continue to, I suppose, allow him to rest and maybe regain his strength on his own under, given the amount, a good amount of rest. So would you lot have me heal him, or do you want me to leave him be?
Oh, I'd heal him, especially now that he's out.
Okay.
I wouldn't try it if he was awake.
That never ends well.
Yep.
That is fair point. Okay,
Most of the time it ends with the wall broken, or like a table or two,
Or a nose.
Yeah, it happened once.
I do not fancy broken nose. I will heal now, I suppose. So he just takes a knee next to him and begins the healing process.
What does it look like?
Strangely enough, not much like anything. You can tell that he's focusing at the moment, but nothing's happening yet. And he's just has his eyes closed and is focused, so he's not saying anything at the moment.
I know you're busy at the moment, but when you get a chance, I'd like to ask you about the did we know the black flame stuff was coming from him?
Yes.
I'd like to ask you about the fire you put on our weapons.
So he's keeping his eyes closed so that he's remaining focused and holding his hand out towards the door. And he does respond. He's like, I imbued your weapons with basic magic. It was not anything advanced. I don't truly know reason that it is black. That has kind of been a trait of my family for generations now, that just the color of our magical abilities tend to lean that direction.
I throw a glance at both Elbereth and then at Zyle.
I don't
Back
think
a look that's like
like his family, barely.
I don't think we would have won that without it. Is that something you can teach?
I think so. I don't know what it might look like for you, and I've never tried to teach it to anyone before, but in principle, like, I mean, all of you seem to have magic abilities. I don't see why you couldn't, in theory.
Well, I know you're not going to be around always with us, and if we're just slapping these creatures around and they just kind of look at us, that really lowers our survivability rate.
It's a fair point. Do any of you have excluded company upstairs included? Do you have abilities to imbue weapons with some form of magic of any kind? Or possess even, like, you know, magical weapons that have been imbued in the past? Because it, you know, I appreciate the vote of confidence in you know, my abilities, but I want to be honest. It is not specific to just my magic I put on it, nor I suppose the color of it. It is more so most beasts here are very much resistant to standard weapons. You need to either have some form of silver weapon, or it needs to be imbued with any magic of any kind if you want to have any headway in combat.
Mark would be the one to learn that.
Yeah, I unfortunately do not have any of that.
He does have a magic sword, so
It is a step in the right direction. But I, you know, if you wish to attempt to learn this, I can most certainly do my best at the right time to teach you what I know and to allow you to give it a go.
Certainly wouldn't hurt to try.
Okay. At this point, he's far enough in the process that his hand, he's just constantly just doing like the kind of like twisted fingers motion, and you do see not as deep or rich, but you do see like almost like outlining as if a glove is around it, of like this. The core of it is black, but think of it having like a white outline type of energy around his hand.
What do you think, Mark? You ready to learn a new spell?
I am sleeping.
He's upstairs and asleep.
Did he go upstairs? When did he go upstairs?
He did.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mark?
There he is.
Yeah, he's upstairs and asleep.
You're now 0-2 for the people upstairs.
Okay, he's still healing him.
how bad off was Nadar?
He was barely above half.
Does this look different than what my normal healing would be to Zyle? Is this appear to be something totally different, or
To yours specifically, or just to any sort of healing that you've seen in the
just
past?
anything he would have seen?
Roll a history check
Ooh,
with your +0.
that is a 10, sir. Right up the middle.
So similar to Beck's roll, I mean, you have some form of vague memories of instances very familiar to this, although much like trying to piece together some form of very old memory, it's very fragmented and you can't really remember all the details, like the when and the where and what the context was around it. But you do seem to remember experiencing something similar. So it does not feel
Nothing I
foreign.
remember ever doing, though, right?
What specifically?
Oh. Like the way is this like a healing spell like Zyle would use? Is this something he's done before? Or?
No. So it is foreign in that regard, but not foreign in the sense that you do recall somebody did this at some point in time, but you're blanking on
Gotcha.
when, where, and how at the moment.
Yeah, what did you say it looks like again? Just is it black also, or is this one?
So yeah, so like it's an energy is surrounding his hand, like with an outline. It's the core of it is black with an outline of white. So there's white and black energy happening at the same time here. It's not incredibly thick, just a little outline around the hand is like flowing energy.
It's a good thing he's passed out. He really would have a fit about this.
Yeah,
Azal scoots his chair back a little bit as he says this, just in case.
Yes, I do not wish to have nose or face broken, as Millard had stated.
Oh, it's not. He didn't break somebody else's nose. It was his nose that got broken.
Ah. I suppose that's better?
Not for the tavern.
I don't know if he would have noticed if we hadn't have told him.
No, that's true. But the barkeep definitely noticed when his whole bar was gone.
Yeah, the barkeep was really mad. Where did you get the money to pay him for that, by the way? You never did say.
We kind of made an agreement about it. We had a deal, an understanding.
I believe, with my current understanding of the group, that I think my response here will be I don't know if I want to know.
Oh, it's a great story.
Oh, well then by all means proceed.
You see, he wanted us to pay for it because, well, we had this doc come in and he was going to heal Nadar, but Nadar was obviously awake at the time. And so he kind of went on a rampage for a bit. He said he recalled something. He was shouting about some memory he had. And he ran straight through the main bar, the tavern. And he ran straight headfirst over the bar. You see. And then he just started smashing up everything around there. And then, well, then he started smashing through the bar. And then he started smashing everything else in the tavern. And that's finally when Mark grabbed him with some rope. And Zyle and Mark were both able to pull him outside. And so I had a long conversation with the barkeep. Well, he wanted me to pay for it, and I didn't really want to pay for it. So I did some talking. And you know, if you talk long enough to somebody, they come to an understanding of where you are at financially. And when that happens, well, they can't just leave you like that financially. And so he helped me pay for his own bar, which I thought was really generous of him. Because he could see we were in a tight spot. Now, he didn't know it was
Impressive too.
he didn't know it was
'Cause
his
he
own
was-
money at the time. But, like, I could tell from his eyes that he was a very generous person. So, in the midst of that, I just happened to see that a lot of his money was lying on the ground amidst the rubble, and so I picked it up, and that's what we paid with. It's a great story. Very generous barkeep. Very understanding man.
So at this point, he like closes his hand, opens his eyes back up, and stands back up as if to signal that he is done. All three of you that are awake, which is Elbreth, Zyle, and Millard, roll an insight check.
Mine's not looking very good.
17.
That's an 8-ball. Roll a dice. Sorry,
Five.
sorry, stupid joke of the day.
I'm sorry,
Did you
mine
roll?
is.
Okay,
I rolled
is it
a 4.
4?
5.
5.
That's
Wait,
better.
now roll in
No, she
D&D
did.
Beyond.
She did. She got a better.
That one
beat.
was a 9.
How have
First try.
how have you yet to get a above 10?
Anything above
Rolling
a 10.
twice.
That's alright. Like in our final battle, it's gonna be nothing but like 19s, 20s.
Yeah,
Gonna
you
be
get
great.
all the bad rolls out
Yeah.
now.
Saving them up.
Yeah, I'm saving them. Mhm.
Okay,
Love
Zyle,
averages.
Zyle, what was your
and
roll?
Statistics.
17.
Okay. Hoof. So, Millard
I'm
and
guessing. I
Good.
think my story went very well.
I think so. He's going to comment on it, but just as he's getting up, so Millard and Elbreth do not notice anything due to low rolls, but Zyle, on the other hand, notices that. So he healed him with the right hand, right? And Ismark's left hand looks to be suddenly like a bit decayed.
And it wasn't like that before.
Correct.
So, would I perhaps know, given that we were powerful before, and Zyle would have had access to, oh gosh, what's this called again? It's a 3rd level, and I can't think of the name of it.
That sounds
Fireball. Wait, no, that would be Mark.
No, that's an
You could
alcoholic drink.
You could play it like that, like you just did.
It's a heal spell, life transference. I think this is it. Yeah, where you damage yourself to heal someone.
Roll a history check.
With the big old +0. That is
Yep.
a 10 again. Okay.
Unfortunately, same kind of answer what you got before, because you're right on that threshold. So, like, he remembers seeing sort of a thing like this before, but can't remember the details of why or like what it was actually doing to the individual. But it's not the first time. So it's like it's enough to jar a memory, but not enough to be like, oh yeah, that.
Well, Zyle being Zyle, he's just going to straight up ask, lad, and he kind of looks to his hand. Is that permanent?
Yeah.
I would hope it's permanent.
So now Zyle pointing it out verbally, Elbreth and Millard can see that his left hand is sort of decayed a little bit. Not extreme, mind you, but enough that it's noticeable. And he's just kind of going to look at it and give it a feel. Like, yeah. Most of the time, it'll heal back. It is, again, this specific trait is for more large amount of healing property. The other way I can do without ramifications, but it does not heal as much. This is really the only way I can make sure to, top someone off, as it were. But visual effects are less permanent. However, the internal effects tend to be permanent. I usually lose time.
There's no way of phrasing that.
The short version, I reduce the amount of time that I might be alive.
Why didn't you say something? We could have just taken care of it ourselves later, or...
It is least thing that I can do. As I said before, you lot seem different. You seem capable. You seem like you might actually be able to make a difference here. And I will do whatever I can do to aid in your success.
I certainly appreciate it, lad, but you don't have to go and kill yourself for us.
Fret not, it's not that bad. Just a little. But in a respectful way, it is my choice to do such, and I do not forget choice. I find it worth it. He's going to kind of look at it, do you seem surprised by the mechanics of this spell. Have none of you seen something like this before?
Not with these rolls.
Not with these rolls.
Bear?
I don't know. When we heal, whatever energy we lose, we gain it when we go back. When we, take some time to rest and rejuvenate.
Hmm.
We usually don't have to sacrifice life.
Hmm. Yeah. As stated earlier, we are from different places. And perhaps it is a great benefit of where you're from is there's perhaps less need for such abilities. Here, there's very fine few in between people that have any ability to heal whatsoever. So the only few that I know, this is the way that we do it. We can give life, but in order to do such, we must take as well.
I've done a little of that in my time, but it's never been so harsh.
I think I would very much like to visit where you people are from one day, if that is ever a possibility that is even capable of achieving. It sounds nice. Or
Well, it definitely has its flaws, but after spending a few days here, no offense.
none taken. Perhaps I rephrase it another way. It seems much less or much more nice than here.
The threat of death doesn't exist under every leaf, at least.
I don't even really know how to begin to comprehend that sentence. It's been our state of existence for, well, forever.
There's no shortage of weird rulers, but they're also not typically 1,000-plus-year-old immortals.
They still have a ranked disregard for lives of those under them now. That don't change much.
That does, in fact, stay the same.
I find in my studies it seems to hold true from most places. I think people internally don't seem to vary drastically from place to place. Not at the core, at least. So, do any of the rest of you find yourself in need of healing?
I could use a little, but not at the cost of your time on, well, whatever this plane is.
Yeah, not like that. I can
Not like this.
help you.
Oh my goodness.
Don't you get it? He's evil now.
Yeah.
We have these magical things called hit die.
Whoa. Really breaking the fourth wall.
Why not?
That's when you hit something, then it dies.
Something like that.
Yeah. Pretty straightforward. Fair enough. I will do to as you wish. I will not use larger healing at detriment of myself. I will just use basic healing if you need it. It may not be much.
That
but
I certainly won't refuse.
It may not be much, but it is, 3.
Better than 0.
Yep. So you feel a little bit of energy or rejuvenation soar through you, much like any healing you've ever felt. It feels similar. So, I don't really know what to do from here. I feel like our plans kind of had a bit of a variable thrown at it. I know
Well,
we were.
I understand we're supposed to help you take your father to some burial site.
Yes, this was plan at daybreak, but we're not planning to encounter that type of resistance immediately. And I know all of you are not exactly back to your full potential, so I would recommend following whatever lead you propose, whether you feel like you should stay and rest further, or if you want to make a journey and attempt to rest at destination, or whatever you seem to be the better course of action.
How far of a journey would this be?
It is just, we're on southwest side of the village of Barovia. and the church is on northwest side of Barovia. So, village of Barovia, rather. So, perhaps an hour.
And
I would say we
roughly,
give our companions some time to sleep. If it's only an hour, just give them 2 hours maybe sleep, and then we can round up everybody.
Okay. Mr. Zyle, what say you?
so roughly how much daylight do we have?
Well, as you have noticed, no doubt we have not seen true daylight in quite some time. It is always overcast here, always cloudy, semi-dreary. But we will have light of day. Probably for 10 more hours. But, this is best case scenario because we're at earliest point of day.
Probably shouldn't waste that opportunity then. Because something tells me that we're not going to be allowed to have a peaceful night here.
If we'll be taking, is it like a cart?
We do not have a cart per se, so we would be just carrying.
Okay, yeah, I was trying to think if there's a way to let the others sleep, but we still take them with us.
I mean, Ayla seemed pretty upset about going right away. Nadar's knocked out right there. And Mark's upstairs, and he really wants to sleep all day.
It's fair.
Really spare all day, but maybe 1 hour unless the timing is important.
Well, really, all choices you make in this land should be as such. You plan with enough time to reach destination and have time to get to shelter before nightfall. I do not know how you particularly plan where you are from, but it is not overly wise to camp in woods. You would be wise to find some form of physical shelter as opposed to being in the open and exposed.
Right, I don't really think we've discussed what to do after we were done helping you.
Your friend upstairs that was asleep did sort of, I suppose, attempted to bargain, if you will, that in exchange for all of your help in bearing our father, we will most gladly lead you to your next destination, whatever it may be. I know she had intentions to visit the Vistani camp to get some answers from Madame Eva. And if that is the desire of the group, then I will do such.
Well, let's see. I don't have a problem waking up Nadar. Mark was insisting earlier that he's fine. I don't know, Zyle, do you think that we should go get Ayla and just start moving earlier? So we at least
If we're
the
gonna
light.
move, definitely the earlier the better.
How far is the Vistani camp from here?
Sonic camp is in other direction. You'd have to go away from village of Barovia and head deeper into the country. It is probably half a day's journey. Depending on their current spot, they move. But they have this location they like to frequent. So if it stays around there, about half a day's journey.
What you're saying is we're not going to make it there today. Unless we want to fight our way back. That'd be correct, is Mark.
I think that would be a wise assessment, yes. It would advise said trip to be focus of day. You would either make trip and head back here, or you would make trip, choose to fortify and camp with Vistani, or head on to next city, which you'd also be able to make within a one-day journey.
Well, it doesn't sound like we have a lot of options then. Do we just stay here another?
Azile, what do you think? We've gone with your plan most of the time. We still trust you.
We've got a good opportunity to move early here, but I really don't like setting out into the unknown like this with our resources as exhausted as they are. I'm tapped out. I know Mark said he was tapped out. It's going to be hard for me to provide support for you guys in the way I normally do when we encounter something. And I say when because this place just seems to have it lurking around every corner.
So,
But I hate to waste an entire day of opportunity like this as well.
And
I mean, I'm not going to be waking up Ayla again. And I'm not going to be waking up the dad.
Not it. I'll wake up Nadar before I wake up Ayla the second time.
Oh, I know this one. Not it.
So he's with us.
I mean, technically, she said she would be down in a minute, but
if it, I don't know if this helps planning for future escapades, but the next town over, if you keep following path past where the Vistani tend to reside, you will find your way to a town of Valaki, which, for what it's worth, will be much more fortified than the village of Barovia can ever hope to be.
Are they as friendly as you are in Valaki?
I don't want to lie to you and tell you that you will find camaraderie or friendship wherever you go in Barovia, because I think you have noticed it is quite contrary to that by and large. But there are good people in Valaki. There are people that I respect and people that genuinely mean well. And there are also many to the contrary.
anyone we should be on the lookout for when passing through?
That would be in Vallaki at the moment. The people I know that often reside there tend to traverse a lot in Barovia. They are kind of, I don't know if protector is the right word, but they're hunters and people that are trying to do well by the land and do what they can to rid beasts from people who are unable to fend themselves. So they may not be there at the moment when you arrive, but I can make note of several names to look for so that you can have that on your person. But I would say perhaps be wary of the burgomaster there. He's strange, and not like your friend here, which is in more of a amusing and occasionally charming strange. I mean in more of disturbing strange.
Good to know.
So, given my understanding of how the game works, that means Miss Elbreth must go wake up elf friend. Or
We all
does
look at Elbreth.
or does the not it thing work different for you too?
No, you go on, mate. Zaya, Wisha, you gonna head out now?
We should send Irina.
Oh, that's a good idea, actually. Yeah, that's probably the best idea.
Who's gonna convince her to do that? Because
She-
not it.
Not it. I said it first.
All right, good job, Ismark.
You're a little late on this time.
She just kind of just dead stare straight past all of you at Nadar because she's still covered in ash, just with her arms crossed, just kind of looking not overly happy. Just occasionally. Yes, about that. I don't think that would probably be a great idea for anybody involved.
Well, looks like it's up to you, Elbreth.
Fine, I'll go.
You can grab
Okay,
Mark while you're up there too. It'll probably take the two of us to wake. Yeah, it'll probably take two of us to wake Nadar.
I think so, yeah. We should stay behind.
Yeah, far behind.
Well, then I expect to see Nadar awake by the time I get back.
Looks at Zyle. Yeah, he'll be awake.
Totally.
All right, I'll go up. Knock on Ayla's door.
No response at the moment.
Oh no.
Ayla,
Is Mark killed her?
sorry to disturb you, but it's time to go.
No response.
Okay. All right. I'll give you a few minutes. I'll go knock on Mark's door.
Okay. Mark, you hear it. I believe you're muted.
I wake up and say, "Who's there?"
My sense is your dog knocked up right now.
Dad joke. Ugh. Knock knock. Who's there?
It's Elbereth. It's time to get up. We need to go bury their father while we still have move on while we still have daylight.
Oh, okay. All right, fine. How much time did I get to sleep?
Short rest.
Okay. Then, all right. Okay, fine. I get ready and leave. Open the door and leave.
Okay.
All right.
So Mark leaves, and are you walking back down to the room to meet with the others?
No, wait here. Help me with Ayla.
Oh, sure.
Surprised
Either
you
I
didn't
will
say, oh, by the way, you need to wake Ayla.
I either need your help in waking her up, or I will need protection.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll just knock louder. Like, Ayla, it's time to go.
No response.
Can I try and open the door?
Yeah, it's unlocked.
All right, I open the door.
Okay. For sake of Eshe, would you describe how she's meditating?
Just like she's in the middle of her room, crisscrossed legs, hands on her knees, chin pointed more upward, closing her eyes.
Okay. And you, Elbereth and Mark will notice, like, looking at her, she has like a couple of tears rolling down her eyes. And you know what that means.
It's the end of the episode.
Time for a dream
Yes.
sequence.
Oh,
At the end of the episode. As we end the episode out with a dream sequence.
yeah.
Because why not? So,
Little pain to close out the night.
yep. So all the players kick back and relax and try not to cry. So we cover a dream sequence for Miss Ayla and what she was experiencing while meditating and what caused her to shed some tears. So in Ayla's current meditation, she's reliving a memory, and she's kind of just, we're in the middle of a nice lush green forest with her and her father walking together, and it's going to start as if her father's kind of like snapping in front of her to get her attention, as if she's been staring off into space, but that is like the, coming into a dream, and is like, are you all right, Ayla? You've been staring into space for a few minutes now.
Yes, I'm fine. I was just thinking, imagining, I guess.
Hopefully it was a good imagination. Yes?
Yes, I would say so. I was just thinking about when I might leave and see other parts of the kingdom. And I pick up my pace a little bit.
Yes, of course. Well, there's no hurry into leaving here into exploring other territory.
I know. I mean, there are many others, who are my age back at the village who have left a while ago, and they've gone and come back again several times by now, and I just thought, maybe I should go out and I'd come back.
Yeah, it is. As your mother has abrasively reminded me of several occasions, you are in fact my daughter. You have no stranger to the desire for adventure and seeking the thrill of exploring the world. You get that honest, but it is not. We do not wish for you to never experience these things. I hope one day that you do get to experience much of the world, but it is a dangerous
Talk as if
place.
it's just not going to happen.
No,
And
no,
I know
no, no.
it's dangerous, but you also know, that if I leave, my brother would come with me. Aiden would not let me go off on my own.
That is my concern. He would probably get you into far more trouble than you ever would on your own.
Okay, yes, that is true. He probably would. Even though he would go with the intent of protecting me, it would end up me protecting.
Do we have to relive the moment with the spear in the bakery? I mean,
Well,
just things go wrong.
It wasn't his fault. That was the twins' fault.
Probably. But,
You know they like mischief.
they don't like mischief, they like torment.
True. Anyways.
It is not that we, I hope it is sooner rather than later for you. I do not wish to make it seem as if I never want you to explore the world. I genuinely hope that you do, but, I'm your father. I worry. I don't want... I like...
You've trained me more so than my siblings, which I really don't understand. Maybe it is because you really see yourself in me. And I take to it a lot better than Aiden does, but...
Or because perhaps you are the only one that does not throw spears into bakeries.
Or that, yes. I think it was a good idea to take spears away from all of them.
Yes. It is my nature. It's apparent. I don't want to... I like the fact that you are still pure and you have not been tainted by the world. And I know one day that will happen, but I don't want it to be today.
Well, that doesn't have to be today. I mean, we have to finish gathering berries for Mother. I'm not leaving today, but maybe within the next year, next few months, maybe.
Tell you what. How about a little challenge?
Okay.
If you can manage to gather more berries than I can before, a couple hours before sundown, then we will go on an adventure together, both of us, but I will take you on an adventure nonetheless.
You promise?
Extends his pinky. Now, there's no chance you're going to get more berries than me, but yes, I promise.
We shall see.
See, now, a reckless person, or would try to get a head start. Okay, go. It just takes off and run.
Peter,
So he goes out of line of sight, and now you're on your own picking berries.
Pick, 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 pick.
So Ayla, we'll fast forward a little bit, goes through of quite a few, and is like carrying more than any person should, trying to prove a point, and is constantly like dropping some because the container she's doing is just overflowing. So it's kind of defeating the purpose as she loses a bunch of berries as she's moving around. But she's gathered quite a lot, and gets back to the spot of where they would normally meet, because it's not the first time they've done something like this. And she gets back, and her father's not there yet. So just begins, waiting and waiting. And enough time passes to at least pique curiosity in some sense, whether it be, maybe he's worried that he didn't find enough and that he's going to lose the battle or whatever have you. So she begins to wander to try and locate her father and figure out where he is so she can show him that she has bested him in this challenge. And after enough exploration, suddenly, like coming near a clearing, she sees a pair of feet on the ground at the moment is all she sees, but does appear to be her father's shoes. So what is Ayla's reaction? Just feet at the moment.
Right. Well, I mean, she'd probably recognize his shoes.
Mm-hmm.
She'd drop the berries and run over.
Okay. As Ayla gets near her father, being close now, he is on the ground, face up. He is still alive at the moment, but he does have a large dagger sticking in his chest.
Father! Father! Father!
And he's going to kind of shakingly make eye contact with Ayla and use what little energy he has left to just kind of do this, and puts his hand up to her head, touches with 2 fingers, and makes a connection point mentally so that they can have one last conversation. And then we kind of move to this all white room, if you will, of kind of like a transcended place of the two of them. And standing there is her father, standing up, woundless, smiling, just looking at her. Ayla, I'm very sorry that what is about to transpire is going to be on your shoulders.
What are you talking about? What?
I wish I could have. I wish I could have talked to you more.
Don't speak like that. I can bandage you up. Just.
Shh. I don't have a lot of time left. I'm using what little bit of energy I have to allow us to have this conversation. I'm proud of you. And I don't want you to ever forget that.
I won't.
Go and explore the world. You deserve it. There's a lot I wish I could tell you. There's a lot that I just didn't have enough time to inform you on. Soon, you're going to have something appear to you that might seem unnatural, might seem odd and strange. And it is in our lineage, so it will fall to you. It will have more answers for you.
Why
Once-
can't we just stay here? Why can't you just tell me?
I would love to do that. But my life is quickly fading. I love all of you. You, your brothers, even through the pains in the spear incident. Especially your mother.
He knows.
One day, we'll see each other again. And
Promise?
stands his pinky. Not to mention, I think I owe you an adventure.
You do. I definitely gathered more berries than you.
I expected no less. He's just gonna like put his hand up and just kind of do that parent thing of like rubbing the hand through the hair. Goodbye, my dear. And the connection kind of fades apart. And you kind of come back to reality, and lying before you is your Ayla's deceased father. And albeit sad, that is where we end tonight's episode. Good job, guys. Sorry for the somber ending there.
I made a real smart move there.
Craig,
that,
you're
like,
Craig.
During that like 45 minutes where I did nothing but just sit here
Yep.
to turn on YouTube music, and the song that came up like right as that was starting was a song about Spider-Man in the aftermath of Avengers Endgame.
Oh gosh.
So yes,
Nice.
I'm not crying. You're crying,
I'm
Mr.
not
Stark.
crying, you're crying.
Mr.
Okay.
Stark. I don't feel so good.
Yep.
Stop.
So this is the part of the
I'm still all
stream.
over that.
This is the part of the stream where we have ended the roleplay and the D&D portion, and we go into the communicating with chat. So as we stated at the beginning of the episode, is the part where we actually get to converse with you guys and have some interchange and conversations about what happened in the episode or just D&D in general. And first things first, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is the part where you can kind of check out if you want to, because as we said, the episode is over. Although if you want to stay around, we will try to make it concise and clear about what we are answering so that it can still have some form of entertainment value if you so wish to keep watching. That being said, Nadar and Miller tend to have to hop off the quickest, so if any questions are in chat, direct it towards them first. So we'll go ahead and give them the typical question. We'll start with Lava, since his internet will cut off the quickest. What's your highlight of the episode? What was your favorite moment tonight?
That whole last scene, I guess. That or just
Thank
me
you. Thank you.
me
Sad
getting to play either that or just Nadar being stupid throughout the whole session.
Okay.
Which does fit with him,
Fair enough.
especially since like he was hurt and like almost died multiple times throughout things, so he doesn't know how to like feel like I almost died multiple times.
Right. All right. Same question to Jay. So what was for you?
The argument between Millard and Ayla, where there's kind of like a nice subtle moment where she's like, it's like not everybody gets to make a last wish.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I like that moment. That was a
That was-
nice moment.
Yep.
That was
It's
good.
very telling between the relationship of Ayla and Millard.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes. I like that a
So-
lot. Yeah, good job on roleplay across the board for everybody tonight. Which actually, I meant to do it during that moment, but I didn't want to take away anything from it. So Millard and Ayla, go ahead and have a free DM inspiration because I thought that was a really nice moment. So you can save that in your back pocket for later. Okay, so any questions on chat?
He said that was a really nice moment, and I go, "That's a nice boulder."
That's a
That's a
nice
nice bowl.
boulder.
Nice boulder.
My
Nice.
brain, everybody.
It's
Uh,
11:01, so I have to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to be really strict about this.
You're fine. Are you able to
Thank
leave
you.
your stuff?
Yeah. I have a cloth.
All right.
Solid.
Bye, guys.
Have a
Nice.
good night, Mr. J.
So Jay's gone. Everyone say bye to Jay. We'll be losing lava in any minute.
I
Here.
died in fire.
He's engulfed in red flame.
Yeah.
So lava. Anything else before we lose you?
Don't have a good day. Have a great day.
That is
I
fair.
have to try and be happy after that. It's just my nature. I'm not allowed to be sad.
my
Sadness is for
bad.
the weak.
My bad.
No, it's fine.
I thought we'd get there quicker, but then Elberth didn't open the door. She's just like, all right, I'll come back later. Walked off. I was like, okay,
That's fair.
well, I guess
It
we're
gives
not
us
doing
time to
that.
figure out what the heck's gonna happen with Nadar for next week.
Yeah.
Oh, and next week's reading
Also,
week. All I have is reading.
next week, I won't be here. I mean,
Yep.
I could be here, but Tubit's like, no, you're on vacation. You're not allowed to be here. So
I stand by that. Okay,
yeah, not my fault.
let me
Stand by
grab
that too.
these around, shuffle them around.
But after that, I want to be here.
Right. Can you turn AJ's
Oh,
camera on?
yeah. Hold on.
You're good. We'll get the cameras resituated for everybody and then turn those back on. So while they're doing that, chat, did you guys have any sort of questions that you would like to direct towards the players or myself or anything about tonight or D&D in general? This is the time to do it. Speak now or forever hold your peace. While we wait on those, we'll go ahead and begin our lovely weekly round robin. So I get the cameras back up. Got that going. So Mr. Zyle, Mr. Richard, what for you was your highlight of the night?
I liked just putting Millard on the spot and him winging the whole story about the bar and Nadar and the broken nose. And we planned none of that going into this. The whole broken nose, all of that just came up organically. And it's
Yep.
like, I was thinking to myself, let's see how
Yeah.
far we can push this.
It is
Yep.
now called the Kool-Aid Man.
The Kool-Aid
that-
Man, yes.
And I
Was
knew
it
that.
Dirk that came up with that one?
Yep.
Yes.
In chat, I knew the second you did that, I was like, okay, we're about to go on. Here comes the tangent. We're about to see some sort of improv story here. And it was incredibly entertaining. So, well played,
It
sir.
was.
Miss Bex, Miss Elbreth, what about you? What's your highlight of the night? Coming back from the throes of a 2-week vacation.
Well, in my tiredness, or maybe just because that's how it always is, I don't really remember anything earlier in the night. So,
It's like, did we play?
I just don't remember details.
That's
So
fine.
Ayla's thing with the particularly the pinky promise, it was just like, oh yeah.
Yep. Which, interesting enough, I guess it's fair to say that was kind of like an improv moment. So that was
Yeah.
not a planned thing, but it kind of lent itself very well. Just the interchange kind of I don't know, it seems to fit appropriately. I'm surprised you didn't say that one of your favorite things was rolling low dice rolls and then trying to laugh it off, but then doing the digital roll and it'd be even lower, because that was great. That didn't happen not once, but twice. It was
That wasn't fun for me.
That was fantastic. So, Liam, Mr. Mark, same question. What was your highlight of the night?
Highlight would have had to have been Nadar going over to the ash and just
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, that's one of the ones I was gonna say. I was gonna say Nadar and the Ash and
Yep.
Arena.
I forgot about that until just now. Yep. That was
That
a
was good.
interesting moment.
yeah.
I was thinking, like, is he about to get popped by Arena? And the answer is yes. Yes, indeed, he did. So before we give SJ a chance to answer the same question, we do have a question from chat that asks, will we play the Wild Beyond the Witchlight once this campaign is complete?
I hope so.
Well, the answer is never no, but we have a long way to go before the end of this campaign.
The Virginian, that is true. We don't know if we'll survive this campaign. 2-Bit might kill us all off.
Fair point. Despite my best efforts, you might die. I try to keep
Personally, because I plan on living after this campaign.
right. yeah. Personally, I come to your door and like, it's time.
I do take an issue.
All right, SJ, say a question. Highlight of the night.
I would say Nadar chopping up the ashes. Just pissing Arena off again to the point where she's just like, that's always fun. And then, I mean, yeah, the end scene. I always feel weird when I'm like, yeah, my scene was the best. But
I mean, if it's true,
who else actually had tears? Like,
maybe.
I was on the verge.
yeah.
Hey,
Oh, so close.
almost
Yeah,
got
I
him.
had at the very end, like on point. I had one tear roll down my cheek.
Per Beck's comment, I'm wondering if we got somebody with the pinky.
Yes.
Because
That's
imagine
the part where you got to tug my heartstrings, but I didn't. It wasn't. I don't know. Also, that music was like really good, dude. Because like,
yeah,
that was like really adding to it.
Mhm.
But I am probably cold and dead inside because I didn't have tears. But that's just
it's fine.
my black heart.
Okay.
Challenge accepted.
2-Bit, how close were you to tearing up? I know you had to keep it together for the role play, but
And yeah, I'm very similar to Bex in that regard. I don't really respond naturally that way. Weird enough, so like I'm the opposite type of person. So like I very rarely get that type of emotions from sad things, but I'm prone to actually having like tears if I'm at the point of like incredible strong laughter. It's like if you get me really happy or laughing a lot, then the tear ducts start actually like activating. So it's like mine happened on the opposite end, to where it's when I'm happy. That's
it
when
happens on both.
Yeah.
Laugh, cry, I cry. Happy, sad, there's tears.
Dirk says it was the dad daughter hair tuck is what
Would
killed
take
him.
in.
Yep. Which is fair enough because I know you got kids, so it's one of those relatable moments. So if I'm to give my answer, it's hard. I think in like a subtle way, one of my favorite moments was Zyle specifically getting fortunate enough to have a good enough role to pry for the information, to getting to see a little bit more into not only Ismark but his character, that he was willing to literally inflict pain upon himself in efforts to heal somebody else, which I think was a good thing. That
So he's got 2 healing methods. Why didn't he just use the other one over and over again instead?
neither are unlimited, and he gave that answer a little bit. He said that the other one is very minuscule, like it can't heal a lot, and
It healed me for 3, I think.
right, yeah, it healed very minuscule, and Nadar was almost at half health, so he had like a lot more to heal, and so he was trying to cap him off. So it was just one of those circumstantial things. But yes, he does have multiple methods of healing, and might have more than 2.
He should only use the one that shortens his life when it's life-threatening.
Maybe perhaps, but he gave an answer for that too, because that's what Zyle told him. Is the same thing, but he kind of stuck to it. His answer was that the short, simple answer was that this group seems different, and he sees hope in this group, so that he wanted to do whatever he could to ensure the success of this group, even if that's at the detriment of his own life. He's like, he's casting aside any sort of internal desires and putting himself second and your group first. It's kind of like the short version, I suppose. But that was a good moment, and then it's hard not to mention Ayla's dream sequence moment. That's probably a easy highlight. There was a lot of interchange tonight that was good, because it was just an exposition episode. Had a lot of talking back and forth, a variety of things, a lot of interchange between different characters. So like some of you would be in groups, but then the groups would split up, and then some of you would be one-on-one, and then those would split up. So it was like a good balance of working around. So that was nice to get to see kind of everybody at times pull in, except for, well, Nadar had more parts early on, and then he just kind of conked out and it was done for the rest of it. But it was good. It was good to see the interchange. I like getting to see the interplay of all your characters together, because they're all very interesting characters. So it's been a lot of fun. So we're kind of reaching a close here to the episode 17. Is there any final comments or questions from chat before we close out the night? And while we wait on those to come through, I'll pass it off to the players to see if they have any sort of final questions or comments that they would like to make that they have not already.
Eric asked how tired I'm on a scale from 1 to caffeine IV to the eyes. I'm at the whichever level is my husband went to bed at like 5:30, and
Wow.
What type of berry was Ayla and her father picking?
That would be
Hold
an Ayla question.
Hold on. I have to pull up the book.
She probably has it written down. It's just a matter of.
I do. That's what I just said. I have to pull up the book. Hold on. Hold on. Also, one thing you got wrong. Actually, the twins. It's a boy and a girl, not 2 boys.
Yep. That's my bad.
Obviously, did not correct you in the middle of the most emotional scene I've
It's
had.
fine. It's fine.
Alright, hold on. Let me see.
That's an easy retcon. Watch. The twins are a boy and a girl, not two boys. Now you know. Remember that moving forward.
Yeah, remember that moving forward.
While she's looking that up, Richard or Bex or Liam, did you have any other comments or questions or anything?
I'm glad it was Zyle that got to notice like Ismark's hand and the healing thing because it's something he would also do.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. So, I presume, and you don't have to like truthfully answer one way or the other, but I'd presume that helped establish some inner rapport between Zal and Ismark if there wasn't some already.
That definitely helped for sure.
Yeah. Would be my presumption. Okay. Did you find the data in the book, SJ?
No. I'm still looking, but it's fine. I'm pretty sure it's blackberries, though.
Okay.
Okay. Searching for blackberries. Not to be confused with the phone. They were just searching for really outdated cell phones. It was like, ooh, we can get the most of them and go sell them on the black market. Nope. I don't see any more questions in chat, so I think that we will go ahead and use this time to wrap things up. So, thank all of you for coming out to episode 17 of Trials of Imagination tonight. We had a wonderful time having some exposition, getting to learn some more about each other's characters.
Okay, I got an issue.
What you got?
Blackberry bushes are 3 to 4.
I can't hear you. Your mic cut out.
Blackberry bushes are 3 to 4 feet tall.
Okay.
How is that an issue?
How are you not going to be able to see your dad if it's 3 to 4 feet tall?
I didn't say he was
Like
hidden.
when he was laying down?
Yeah, but
I didn't say they were in like a berry field that the only thing is bushes.
Yeah, we were walking through the woods.
Yeah, they're in a forest, so like there's bushes just here and there that have the berries.
Right.
Um,
They're just they're wild blackberries. We're not in a
right. Yeah.
Okay.
cultivated field. That's the word.
Magic.
Yeah.
No, so that is gonna wrap everything up for this episode. So thank you guys so much for sticking around tonight and enduring this both fun and emotional episode. Hopefully it was a good time for you. Don't forget that we are one episode closer to the giveaway. It will be episode 20 specifically. So if you're watching this in post, you can pull up the stream at any point in time and use your tickets, or you can make sure to show up on the next stream and use them there, whichever is easier for you. Just make sure you get as many tickets in as possible so that you have as many chances as possible to win several of the items that we'll be giving away on episode 20. So that is all we have for tonight, and we look forward to seeing all of you next Tuesday as we get closer into the realm of Barovia and Ravenloft and what it has to offer on episode 18. But until then, everyone say goodbye.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Till next time.